stop playing it.
Well, we've been saying that for a long time, though.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it will.
Pretty much since Modern Warfare, the first one ever. People have been saying, "Oh, we'll get bored of this eventually. We'll go on to Battlefield, or we'll get bored of this and we'll go on to something else, or we'll get bored of this, go on to Halo or whatever." But COD still keeps going.
People do get bored of it. They do. They move on to other things, but they usually buy the newest one just to see what it's like. So
yeah, we got bored of Black Ops 2 when we'd master prestiged it.
Yeah.
We'd done everything you could do.
Look at Stu, he's played an hour of the game and he bought the goddamn thing for full price.
Yep.
Well, there you go.
That's
all they care about.
The only thing I've done this year that I've not done in the last couple of years is I didn't buy the season pass because I'm just waiting it out.
Exactly my point, yeah.
I just don't know how it's going to go. I've seen some rumours of what's going to come out, and they seem to be remaking maps again. And when you get
how
to the
much
stage,
do you care, really?
Not really. In fact, on Black Ops 2, I think there was only 2 or 3 maps that were added that I liked. The rest,
exactly.
I was quite happy to play the base game, and I think Black Ops, the original Black Ops, we pretty much played the base maps all the time. We didn't really.
Well, pretty much, yeah.
Mostly because when I first started, I didn't have any of the other maps, and then I bought a couple of packs, and then we just kind of enjoyed playing the basic maps because they were the best. Stu, what about you? I mean, you're over there on PlayStation Land playing this, and what does it play like on PlayStation? I mean, I've never played a COD game on PlayStation, I don't think.
It plays pretty well. It plays pretty smoothly. As a matter of fact, it does look pretty nice, which is surprising for a Call of Duty game because it normally follows the same blueprint as of a Gears of War kind of game, very bland in its colour palette. But yeah, the first time when you go through the atrium area where you see the sunlight shining through the top of it, I just stayed there for about 10 seconds to look at that, and it does look pretty nice, and it makes me think, yeah, they were sort of like thinking about next generation, but the game itself wasn't maybe fully designed around next gen, and it does look a really nice game. I probably will finish the campaign of it, but I don't know how long that'll actually take me. You'll probably have the same conversation this time next year, and I'll still be on Call of Duty Ghosts.
It's not that long.
It's not. I recorded the whole thing. It was 5.5 hours.
I've done it twice. I mean, I've done it through on regular, and then I've done it through on veteran. It's not that hard a game, to be honest.
I think it's the shortest because Modern Warfare 3 I think was about 7 hours. Black Ops 2
it's going to be up there, yeah.
It's are you going to be doing the thing where you trade in for £40 and then get the next one for £10? That's a good deal. I'm actually doing that with Battlefield because the deal runs out on the 24th of December, and I'm not going to have a PlayStation 4 for a while yet, but I'm going to trade in anyway just so I've got it because I'm not playing it on Xbox. It looks like crap. Oh, this brings me on to Battlefield. Battlefield 4 is absolutely brilliant on PC. It's a lovely looking game. Just, if people want to see what next gen looks like, then, Battlefield 4 is definitely the way to go.
What was that?
What was that?
That was me knocking a remote control because I was getting bored of what was actually on TV.
Fair enough.
So it is an absolutely brilliant looking game, but there's some bugs in it. There's just, it's crazy. Trying to play it now. It's not as if I've got a dead system. It's not as if I've got an old system or anything. I've got an overclocked system. I've got a really good graphics card, and I've had to try every single fix in the book to play the multiplayer. And sometimes I get really massive frame drops, and the game just doesn't play particularly well on certain maps. I can't play on any 64-man servers because the game just won't handle it.
Crazy.
Other people are getting it fine, but they've got more powerful hardware than myself. I've not got £1,000 to spend on a graphics card and a new chipset, so yeah, fair enough. But I was bored as hell with that campaign because it was just Semper Fi, Stay Frosty to the max. Just so boring, so bland. At least Call of Duty, you're in, you control a dog, you're jumping down things, you're shooting things. It's kind of like the Arnold Schwarzenegger films of games.
It's an action movie you take part in.
Yeah. Whereas, Battlefield plays kind of like Hurt Locker. It's all right, but it takes itself way too seriously. It plays like that Mel Gibson film, We Were Soldiers. It's it should be really good, but it's not. And,
but it's not because Mel Gibson's in it.
Yes. So if you're going to buy a Battlefield game, buy it for the multiplayer. But maybe if you're going to buy it for PC, maybe wait a couple of months until all the patches are out and everything's sorted out. Because game companies have got a really bad habit now of releasing games that just don't particularly work. For instance, Batman Arkham Origins didn't work. I fell through the map. And I didn't think it was possible, but Batman fell through the map and floated in midair until he wiped all my save data. So,
what a dick.
Thanks, Batman. That game played like crap as well. I don't know how they messed that up so badly. That's just an awful, awful game. Don't know, Call of Duty wasn't so bad, but they said that the lag was going to be sorted, and it's not. Battlefield, it's not a finished game, particularly why they had a beta test and nothing really changed is beyond me. It's just there's loads and loads of games getting released that just aren't particularly finished. And I wonder if...
Of course, there's another generation coming and they don't care that much.
I think that's it. You've hit the nail right in the head there. This next gen is kind of killing the current gen. And, I've played Assassin's Creed 4 on the Xbox 360. I've played it on PC, and it looks 100% better on PC. Now, what PC games do, but it plays better on PC, and it just acts better on PC, and you just know that this game was designed for the next gen. It wasn't designed for the current gen. It was designed for the next gen. So, from now on, every single game that you buy for the current gen is going to suffer, except for games that were only in development for current gen, like Dark Souls 2.
We're in that unfortunate position where we're in a buffer zone now between the two. But everything's going to be made for the next gen, and this gen's going to suffer.
But if you went out yesterday and bought yourself an Xbox One, what exactly did you have to play on it?
Fuck all, from what I can tell.
Exactly. I mean, there is absolutely nothing about the Xbox One that took me as a consumer and made me want to buy it. Now, me as a budding gaming journalist and a reviewer, yes, I want to buy it because I want to review those games. But as a consumer, no, don't want it, don't care about it. It's just, there is nothing there. I'm not a massive fan of Dead Rising. Rise looks like a piece of crap that somebody threw onto the console and went, look, this game is massive, but it plays like crap. And, Battlefield 4, fair enough, I've got it on PC, I don't really need it on anything else at this moment in time. Call of Duty Ghosts, I've already got it, it probably plays quite similar to how it's going to play. So I don't know what I'm supposed to buy here. Obviously, you're not impressed, Bryn, I know that. Stu, any reason on the PS4 over the Xbox One?
Well, I made my mind up straight away after E3 was finished. I think a lot of people did do that with Microsoft fucking themselves, to be honest.
Yeah.
They really did.
Yeah, and they're sort of like... They did back away from the mistakes that they made, but that was another thing that sort of like put a nail in the coffin for me, because they backed away from it all. They were like little babies, and they saw that what they did was wrong, and they thought, we need to back away from this to have some saving grace. And I was thinking to myself, grow some balls. You made some mistakes at E3, but at least stick by with what you were originally going to do. And it made me think that if they were going to do that, back away from what they said there, what are they going to do in the future? What are they going to back away from then, or change majorly then? They could instantly go back to, you can't play pre-owned games or something like that. Because it's just, by the sounds of it, a firmware thing that they can just easily change. Because the update, the day one update, is them just reversing all of this stuff that they've said at E3. That's what the day one update is. And so it was just what Microsoft, how they screwed people over at E3, which made my decision to be the PlayStation 4.
Well, I mean, I think that's really fair. I think if Microsoft had just stuck to their guns and explained their reasoning behind things, it would have worked out in the end. But they were just so scared that
it's marketing, though, isn't it?
It is.
It's got nothing to do with development or hardware or software, anything to do with any. Of the console itself. It's purely how it's presented, and they fucked up the presentation.
Well, yeah,
and to be honest, Sony have always won on presentation.
Yeah, they're really good at presentation. They've been doing it for a long time. They've been
absolutely,
not a software company, a hardware company for a goddamn long time, and they really know how to do that kind of thing. Whereas,
well, from PlayStation 1 onwards,
yeah,
they have absolutely destroyed the competition on marketing.
But I mean, even if you look before that with the Sony Walkman, when you think of,
it was the Walkman.
Yeah, when you think of something that plays tapes, you think Walkman, because there was other companies that had them, but Sony was the best, and then they moved that Walkman.
But you know what? They weren't even the best.
Well, they're not. I don't remember that much.
I'm old enough to remember, and I didn't buy Sony because they always fucking broke, but they were the name. The Walkman was the name. It was the name that everything was built around. If you had a portable tape player, it was a Walkman. Whether it was made by Sony or Philips or AWA or whatever, it was a Walkman, even though it really wasn't. And Sony have always had that power in the marketing sector to be able to put their name out. And PlayStation has done that since the beginning of its origin.
I think that's a fair assertion, because people, especially older people, when they're talking about things, they say two things. Well, older than you, they say two things. He's going to go and play his Nintendo, right? Because that was clearly the first system that anybody really remembers. And he's going to go and play his PlayStation. That's the two things. They never say he's going to go play 360. No. And I very much doubt they're going to be. He's playing his Xbox One.
Xbox got close, but not as close as PlayStation.
No, never. We're going to get into the next gen. It's all its follies, all its foibles and stuff. But before we get in there, I don't know if I want to speak about Assassin's Creed 4 because I've not finished it yet, so I can't. I can say it's brilliant. It's an amazing game. It's better than 3. It's probably the best since 2. The characters are phenomenal. The ship battles are just out of this world. But it depends how the story plays out and how I'm going to mark it. I don't know if the story goes the way I think it's going to go, then it's going to probably be one of my top games this year. If it doesn't, then it's
saying something.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really, really fun. And if you're looking for a really fun pirate romp, then either get yourself Pirates of the Caribbean on DVD. No, actually, get yourself Cutthroat Island on DVD. Anybody remember that gem? Stu's gone quiet.
The Gina Davis.
Oh god, that film's awful.
And or buy yourself Assassin's Creed 4. It is really fun. Right, I want to talk about the Spike Awards, so the Game of the Year Awards, or I suppose the definitive Game of the Year Awards, which are coming up in, oh god, somebody help me.
Well, you're late another wrong.
It's a few weeks' time.
Yeah, December 7th.
At some point in the near future.
So, the up for Game of the Year is Bioshock Infinite, Grand Theft Auto 5, Super Mario 3D World, The Last of Us, and Tomb Raider. What do we think?
Last of Us.
Last of Us, yeah. Bryn hasn't played Last of Us, so
I've not played Last of Us. Out of those ones that I played, I would give it a Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I think that's a fair.
But then I've only played 2 out of those 4, so.
That's true. I've not played Mario 3D World.
No.
You played it, Stu?
Nope. Don't have a Wii U.
Is that a Wii U game? Alright, fuck that.
Yeah.
Dude, no one. Why is that even on there?
It's a Mario game. They just felt sorry for him.
It's just like, alright, fat plumber, here you go. Okay, Studio of the Year, Irrational Games, who done Bioshock, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, thank God. Naughty Dog done Last of Us. Rockstar North, who obviously Grand Theft Auto, and the Fulbright Company, who done the brilliant game Gone Home. Now, I'd love to see the Fulbright Company take this because that game is fantastic.
What's the odds of it, though, huh?
Nah, never. It'll be either Rockstar or Naughty Dog. I don't see.
All I know of that is Lose Videos. That's it.
Fair enough. Best shooter, we've got Battlefield 4, Bioshock Infinite, Call of Duty Ghosts, Metro Last Light. I'd love Metro to take this.
I would love Metro to take that. I love Metro Last Light.
What do we think? What will take it? Probably Battlefield 4.
Probably, because it's got the name behind it.
Yeah. Maybe Bioshock.
Bioshock's not a shooter.
I wouldn't count it as a shooter, but I don't know. Stu, would you think we'll take it?
Battlefield probably. It's between Battlefield and Call of Duty. They take it each year anyway. I think it was Battlefield 3, the when it was the last